Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me. I'm just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got Leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep down Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got Leery. To me, I'm just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got Leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep down Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got Leery. Spooky up in here, it's crazy in here. We still gon' keep it going, I'm Knuckles. Nobody scares me. Whoever want it, bring it. I don't care, we can do this.
Alright, dudes. Knock knock, Snorkels. Spooky season is here. So, had to celebrate with a little something something. And, yeah. What better way to achieve that than with a song from the best game in existence. So, if you're wondering why it's the title screen and not the main menu, there's an update for some stupid reason. So, that stupid copying process, because I'm playing on PS4, yeah, the copying process that always has to happen with it for some reason, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for right now, yeah. Waiting for that to finally finish. So I thought I'd just go live while it's still doing the thing, and then I could do the general discussion I was going to do at the beginning of the stream anyway, while it's doing that in the background. Because it's, yeah, already a late start anyway, so I just don't want it to be any later. And there's just a few things, yeah, I just felt like talking about that, yeah. There's the odd dank thing that I'm alright with not deigning to talk about, but if I just feel like it, just on the spur of the moment, then I might just discuss it. But yeah, I'm fine with that material getting left out. But the ideas I've had, however, yeah, I feel like I have to go over them. And yet again, it always feels like the best ideas are ones I have when I've just finished sleeping. Whether they're about the dreams I just had or not. I just, yeah, they always just seem to happen right after I wake up. And one of those recently was just imagining certain characters from Smash as Overwatch characters, because you got to remember and this is a very important thing I'm about to say, right? So listen well. The reason that Smash and Overwatch have both got so much going for them is because they've achieved something that's incredibly high value. It's invaluable, even. And that's having a golden formula. You know you've got a golden formula on your hands when you can take that structure and that way the game works and try and imagine so many different characters, not just from different franchises, but from different types of games. Sort of falling into that step, if you will, or speaking that language. Even like the language of Smash or the language of Overwatch. And it's language is a good word to use to describe it, because it's like a form of translation. Yeah, because I know Daddy Sakurai, when he was thinking of like, how do I make this DLC fighter function in Smash and stuff, it's basically, yeah, it's just translation. Yeah, you just take the original source material, translate it into what works in Smash and what lets the character function as a Smash fighter. So I was thinking translationception, basically, yeah, because they've already had to be translated into speaking the language of Smash to function as a fighter in that game. Like, once it's finalized, yeah, they get ported over from their own original game. So I was thinking, what if you could take them from Smash and put them in Overwatch? And yeah, translate again. So the beauty of it is that when I realized that there's direct equivalence, so there's certain things you can do in this game, in Overwatch, that are just an equivalent of stuff you can do in Smash. So like say ability 1 in this game is basically the get out of jail free card ability. It's like, that's why you see all the brain dead brats that in particular that use the default button mapping when they played this version of the game, the console version. They program themselves to just mash on the L1 button as soon as they get into the slightest bit of trouble, or at least my enemies do anyway, because of course they have opposite programming to my teammates. I mean, I'm talking about them as if they're CPUs or AI or whatever. I know they're not. I know they're people, but I don't care. They're that predictable, that locked to a script that they always follow guaranteed every time without fail. They may as well be CPUs, so I just as much don't really care as I don't really, see any difference between the two, organism and mechanism. So I just talk about them, treat them the same. Yeah. And then again, they're the subject by power. The subject is irrelevant technically. Only the object matters. Only the one on the giving end. Pay too much attention to the subject, or your enemy in this case. You're setting yourself up for defeat. Let me tell you that much. So. Yeah, ability 1, get out jail free card. In Smash terms, that's the up special. Yeah, something that's used to save yourself when you're gonna fall. Yeah, so you use your up special to like snap to a ledge or something, and then do the ledge recovery or whatever. Any of one of the 4 options, for getting up onto it. So like normal get up, attacking get up, rolling get up, or jumping get up. Yeah. So I was thinking, it's somewhat embarrassing to have to admit, because the following character is like my least favorite in Smash. They've been in every Smash game, that's a clue. And they're just, even objectively speaking, the most annoying character in all the Smash games, because they're present in all the Smash games. So yeah, they're like, even in the latest one that we're all playing now, Smash Ultimate, they're still the most annoying character, and I'm of course talking about Ness. So I don't know why, but my mind somewhat arbitrarily just went straight to him when thinking, Smash character that could be in Overwatch. And I was thinking, okay, so let's find the equivalents then. Let's do the whole translation thing that Sakurai would have done, when he was working on like the DLC fighters for Smash Ultimate. So I was thinking specials could function both as firing modes for the main weapon, or a sort of replacement for the main weapon, sort of, well, for want of a better word. And the abilities, the actual abilities for Overwatch, that could just be the rest of the special moves the character has in Smash. So in that regard, I think maybe Ness could have like PK Flash as his primary fire. Don't quite know how that'd work, but it's like a high risk, high reward, just like it is in Smash. So it's one of those that I think you get the most value out of using if you know you're not going to get shot at while you're using it, so like your enemies are distracted. It's, think Juno's pulsar torpedoes, but a single mass as opposed to like a swarm. So more Leo style than Aquarius style. Oh, that's how I put it anyway. It's just, yeah, because I'm that well versed with astrology now. Yeah, I kind of just use things like signs and planets to just describe or explain stuff, and it's just takes way less time and energy. It's just better for communication. It's just if everybody else spoke that language just as, you know, or had just as much capacity to speak it as I now do anyway. It didn't always, but yeah, as I now do, then yeah. Get so many points across so much more succinctly and concisely, yeah. So, yeah, PK Flash, primary fire. I think his secondary fire would be PK, fire, yeah. That move, yeah, that is why he's the most annoying character in Smash. I think they tweaked it a bit since the beginning of Smash Ultimate's life, so that he goes backwards a bit when he uses it, to at least try and discourage spamming on the NES player's part, but it's just not enough. It unironically is just like this game, where it's not how much a character does the thing, it's the nature of the thing itself. It's the type of thing that they're doing, that you can tweak it with the numbers and the values as much as you want, as long as which thing they're doing is that, then it's gonna be egregious to play against, like, no matter what. Like Diva with a DM, as long as, like, the way it has to work is always that you can use it to eat stuff, and so basically just erase it, then yeah. So yeah, back to NES. PK Thunder, I think, would be his ability 1. Not quite sure how you would drive it. I think that's the right word. How you drive it in, like, that 3D space, but I'm sure they'd find a way somehow. And his ability 2 would be PSI Magnet. And some of the things count as energy, but others are a bit more physical. So yeah, every energy thing, yeah, you could use PSI Magnet on him, like heal himself. Yeah, so it'd be very similar to Sigma's Grasp, but it'd be omnidirectional, and he'd heal himself. Yeah, his health would go up as opposed to generating overhealth. They could possibly make it so that he gets overhealth from it if he's already at full health when he, you know, absorbs the energy and stuff. So upon conversion of the energy is absorbed, yeah, the conversion is into overhealth if he's already at full. His health level's already at full, like, when the conversion happens. And if it's below full, then it just gets converted into health. So yeah, he just gets healed, like he just picked up a health pack or something. And obviously his ult would be what is his final smash, or because, yeah, Smash is a fighting game, you could call it a super, because, yeah, a super is like a term used in fighting games, and an ult is a term used in shooting games, but they're basically the same thing. Yeah, strongest move the character can do. Yeah, his ult would, of course, be PK Starstorm. Not quite sure how it would work, but yeah, it'd be cool seeing that on the battlefield, because I mean, it's got some things in common with Bastion's ult. Yeah, the configuration artillery. Yeah, it'd be similar to that, but the stars have come down a bit slower than the ballistics. Yeah, that Bastion fires off. So yeah, then I thought about, well, especially for me personally, a much more flattering character to think about being in Overwatch, which is Falco. Yeah, my melee main. So yeah, I think he would have Reflector. I think is his ability too. So just like how Genji has Deflect, but I'm not sure. I think the cooldown might be pretty short, but that's just to, yeah, so he can use it more often than Genji can use deflect, but that's because it has a shorter duration, but it also takes up more space. Yeah, and it's only the front of him, just like with Genji, because you can still hit Genji in the back when he's deflecting. But you can't cancel Falco's reflector because it's a kick. He kicks his reflector out in front of him and it comes back like a boomerang. It's very short duration. So yeah, I'm not sure. That might mean the cooldown has to be even longer because it covers more space than Genji's deflect. Because the Genji's deflect hurt box is just the front of him and like point blank range, and that's it. So yeah, Falco's ability 2 would be reflector. I think Firebird would be his ability 1, and that'd literally just be like Genji's dash, or even Venture's drill dash, so you could do it in any direction, and it's first person, just like with Genji's dash and stuff, and I think his ability, secondary fire. I mean, his secondary fire could be Falco Phantasm, but that would function, I think, a bit more like Tracer's blink with a hitbox on it. So it's basically if Genji's dash and Tracer's dash had a baby, and it could spike, so that you hit someone, they go down. So you could have some funny things that you could do to characters like Farah and stuff like that with the Phantasm. You zip through them like while she's unleashing barrage or something like that. I don't know, and drop her into something that she was safely floating above while she was ulting. Like, for example, I don't know, a Junkrat tire or Torb's Goom. So, and then of course you've just got his it's just you've got his blaster. The blue energy rounds. That's how they look. When they come out the barrel of the very futuristic-y sort of fits right in with Overwatch style gun that he has, the handgun that is called Blaster. It could have that. It's just because Overwatch is a shooting game and it's a gun, so I don't know what they do for the ammo though, because you never see him have to reload. Thinking Falco and reloading is just weird, but because he never does it in Smash because he never has to, because it's just how it works. But because this is a shooting game, it's pretty much unheard of. I mean, there are some characters that do take shots, so it's not a beam. They take a shot, and it's infinite ammo, like Hanzo, but he has to charge up the shot though. He has to pull back the arrow. So that's like the trade-off sort of thing. He can take shots and still have infinite ammo because he's having to pay some other price. So it would, I think, technically be unfair if he was having to pay any more price than that. So I don't know how they do Falco's blaster, but I know it would be his primary fire, and we already know the cadence it would have because it has that exact same one in, I think, all the Smash games, although it looks a bit different. I think they changed it so the rounds are blue, the blue energy from Brawl onwards, because I think they were red just like Fox's in Melee. And here's where it starts getting interesting. His ult would be the same thing it is now in Smash Ultimate. So he calls his R-Wing and he jumps into it, but you get to fly around in it. So it'd be kind of similar to using Valk when you're playing as Mercy. You're flying around in this R-Wing. I think you get your secondary fire for what the duration of the ult. I don't know how long it'd last, it'd be like 10 seconds, for example. Just hypothetical number. Secondary fire would become boost, which I think you only get to use once during the ult, so it's like a cash-in sort of thing, think ability 1 would become Loop the Loop, maybe. And obviously primary fire would just become the normal the guns that fire the green laser looking like little shots from the R-wing, like its main weapon. It's like sort of thing. Because that's what it sounds like with the rate of fire. It's pretty fast. And you guessed it, the ability 2 would become barrel roll. Do the barrel roll! So yeah, that I think you would get to use repeatedly. So unlike the movement, as in travel, things that affect your travel and stuff, that are the boost that is your secondary fire, and the loop that is your ability 1. If your ability 2 is barrel roll, then if you get shot at enough, then you can literally just use it like a Genji deflect. It's like, oh, it's getting focused down from all sides, and you just spin around, and you get that signature sound effect that you hear. That's like, I think basically the exact same as the reflector sound effect, which makes sense because you're pressing the exact same button. And you're just flying around, just raining down the shots on the enemies, and they're just like, they're doing basically the same thing that they'd be doing if you were Mercy, and like valking at them and stuff. They're just like, stay still, just shooting up at you, and then your teammates just get full value because you're zooming around in the air and you're ulting, so of course your enemies are only paying attention to you, but your teammates can just push forward and just steamroll the enemies because your teammates aren't getting paid attention to because they're not ulting. And they just move in, mow them down, and then that's it. You're just there for like airborne, like, oh hey guys, thanks for taking them out, because they were just ignoring all 4 of you. And thinking it was more worth it to only pay attention to me up in the air here because I'm ulting and stuff, and they can't hit me, or they're missing most if not all of the shots, but they don't care. They just feel like they have to shut me down because I'm ulting, and that's like, disrespect, and they hate getting disrespected because they're insecure as fuck. So yeah. Oh, I've just had a thought. I probably should have had this thought earlier when I was first, thinking about the idea. But I've just realised right now, as of this being live anyway, 2nd of October. 2024, Cass. Because of course Cass and Soldier, they use their ults specifically to shut down when one of their enemies is like using an ult that involves them flying around. So when Mercy valks, then Soldier uses Tac Visor and or Cass uses Tynoon. They were literally just waiting for it. They're just holding on to their ults, and whichever one it is, he's just like, as soon as she valks, that's it. But then again, just as much as they're holding on to their ult and waiting for her to ult so that he can use his to shut hers down, like, I think she will know that's going to happen, at least if she's good at the game anyway, and be like, okay, as soon as I valk, Soldier's going to use Tac Visor or whatever, so I need to have my wits about me. So because her preparation can easily be reciprocated, so you gotta remember that. It's not always just one preparing for the other and the other never preparing for the one. Sometimes it is, but that's just the minority of the time. The majority of the time, it's just they're both preparing for each other or what each other is going to do. So, yeah, just imagining flying around in the R-Wing. Yeah, you might get tac visor, you might get high noon or whatever, but I mean, just think if Cass pulls the trigger right when you choose to do a barrel roll, you know how that's gonna play out, don't you? Just like it would if, you know, Genji did deflect when he's got from Cass's perspective, Genji's got the red skull icon on him. Yeah, if on Cass seeing that icon, he pulls the trigger, and then Genji does deflect right before that, then Cass is just gonna like insta kill himself, basically. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was like the hypest shit, really, to put it bluntly, when you'd see that happen at a pro level and stuff. And I don't want to make it too wistful. It's bittersweet remembering it, but like, yeah, in the days of a certain league, yeah, when you see that happen at like the top level gameplay and stuff, like, you know. But I mean, you could say it was like an awesome play on the Genji's part, but I think more accurately, it was just, you know, the Cass player could have, you know, accounted for that. It could have done better. Yeah, it's just the situation, really, that's making the Cass player lose that and the Genji player win that. Yeah, it's just the situation. It's like if you're catch-22, basically, so you're fucked whichever thing you choose to do. So like, if you pull the trigger or you don't, you're gonna die either way. Then yeah, it just makes it seem like you only died because you foolishly pulled the trigger. I'm like, no, it's not like he was gonna live if he didn't pull the trigger. No, he would have still died. It just wouldn't have been as emphatic. So yeah, it was the situation was forcing the Cass player to, you know, commit to the high noon and also to pulling the trigger and stuff. Then yeah, and Genji knew that his enemy Cass was forced to do that by the situation. He's like, oh, in that case, then that means I can just, you know, I can use deflect and yeah, make him hit himself in the head with his own ult, and that's it. He just insta dies. So yeah, I very much want to see Falco on the roster, yeah, because I don't. But at the moment, we're getting crossovers featuring cosmetics, but like, or collabs, you could call them even. But I try and separate those two words to like mean slightly different things. Like I try and only call it a collab if things are official. Yeah, so like and they've been confirmed and they're definitely going to happen. But if that's not been confirmed or whatever, and it's still up in the air as to whether it's going to happen or not, then I think I'd rather call it a crossover. So it's still an idea at that point. And yeah, we've had a fair few featuring skins and stuff, yeah, cosmetics, and I'm like, it's not enough that are about my ideas that I've had, because that's where the real value is. That's the stuff that the player base would love the most to see in the game and stuff, like Bleach and Star Wars and Sonic and Lord of the Rings, Bayonetta, Seven Deadly Sins, Super Mario, Pokemon. All those ideas I've had and I've posted on Twitter. I'm like, come on, at least one of them has to get realised. Because yeah, I know for a fact, because I'm one of the players, so I'm even speaking personal experience. Or at this point in time anyway, potential personal experience. But yeah, I know for a fact that if they did that, they did realize at least one of my ideas and they put it in the game, I'd be like, yes, this is it. This is what people really want in the game and is actually worth, as long as, of course, they've done it properly with the detail and stuff. It is actually worth what they're charging for it. So that they actually deserve that much money now, as much as I'm always harping on about, like, you know, the whole monetization thing. I think it's not just in shooting games, it's in other ones as well. It's just games in general. It tends to be live service games, but yeah, I'm fine with the company monetizing stuff. I'm like, just don't monetize that, right? Don't make your extra money that way, right? Just find some other way to do it. I know that those companies are like shit at coming up with ideas, and you know, if you can't force them to go in the right direction, you just have to hope they choose the right direction of their own volition. They almost certainly won't. They'll choose every wrong direction before they finally choose the right one, if they ever choose the right one. Yeah, I'm just thinking, yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with you know, doing the whole, dare I say it, hustle thing, yeah, making the extra dosh. But yeah, they're just picking all the wrong ways to do it. They're like, stop monetizing characters, right? DLC characters and all that shit, because I'm sick of the whole pay to win thing. I'm really sick of that. It's just letting the content of your own game be contaminated in a way that it really shouldn't be. And yeah, it's unnecessary. It could easily be avoided if you just racked your brains and came up with some other way to make that same money that's just not the characters. Then you wouldn't feel like you have to make them overpowered on purpose to, you know. Be careful with my words here, but yeah, just sort of encourage or whatever the players to buy the thing, yeah. But yeah, just technically, yeah, you are, as a game developer, you're all but forcing the player to have to get that overpowered DLC character, because they don't get the character and their opponent does, then they just ain't winning the matches that they play against that opponent, because the opponent's like, oh, I'm using this overpowered DLC character and you're not, so yeah, I'm gonna win all these matches, and yeah, so I'm gonna have all the fun, and you're just gonna be like, why am I doing this again? You want to be able to play as who you feel like playing, right? You don't want to feel like you're forced to have to play as certain characters because they're the ones that are overpowered, because they're the fucking moneymaker or whatever. They're the evidence of the greed. Greed that very much needs to be clamped down upon. Will be clamped down upon. I'll make sure of it. So, yeah. But like I said, make your extra money, fine. Just don't do it that way. There it is. Ready to install. They're all that time. 40 minutes. Yeah, I can literally see on the clock, yeah, how long I've been live. But, yeah, I think if they really want to, like Blizzard, I mean, and or just whoever is developing this game, Team 4 and stuff, even if their only mission or whatever is to you know, earn the profit, if they want to actually deserve it, then they put the stuff in that the players really want and would be made really happy by, like all this stuff that I'm having ideas about. So not just the cosmetics, but maybe even guest characters, because everybody else is doing it. Ken and Chun-Li have just been confirmed to be getting brought to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. They're like, we're entering a sort of era of crossovers of like everything being everything else and stuff. Like, and in this game, the way you could put it, it's quite literally just characters cosplaying as other characters. But yeah, and universally across all games, it's basically just at least figurative version of that. Yeah, everything just dressing up as everything else, they're just playing the part of everything else. So characters are actors now, and I'm like, yeah, that's just simply because we're entering the age of Aquarius. So yeah, it's like everything's an imitator, or there's power in imitation. And greed will be punished because Aquarius beats Scorpio. It's that simple, yeah. Oh. So, I think, if they want to make the actual serious profit, that's not only more profit than they're currently making, but they want to actually deserve it as well, and have any honor and dignity and self-respect about them, then yeah, they'll do what I'm suggesting, put in the cosmetics from my ideas, and also maybe some guest characters like ones from Smash, because like Falco's already got at least 3 victory poses that he could have, because the victory poses are in this game as well. He's got taunts that could be turned into emotes. The things he says during the victory poses, because victory poses don't tend to, feature any like vocalization from the characters. So whatever he says in the victory poses in Smash, he could instead say those things as voice lines. Yeah. In this game. Yeah. So, for example, when he says "had enough already," yeah, I'm not going to do an impression, but like, yeah, when he asks that question and stuff, yeah, that's what he says for one of his victory poses in Smash. But in this game, he could say it with one of his voice lines. Yeah. I could definitely see there being the Star Fox logo be made into a weapon charm. Yeah, that's a no-brainer right there, yeah. And, whatever else. Some pretty snazzy highlight intros, yeah. Because he's the Pride type, then, yeah, they could make him look really cool with some of the highlight intros and stuff. Like, him doing a loop-the-loop and then just, like, you're going straight up. So that the top of the R-wing's like facing the camera. And then the hatch thing opens and he jumps out of it, does an acrobatic flip, and then just like that, yeah. With his gun. Blaster, I mean, yeah. Because that's what the thing would be called, yeah, it's primary fire. Because it's already called that, or his neutral special in Smash. Yeah. It would all fit very, very well. I've done just now, and this is the beginning of the stream, I've done all the work for them in terms of like the concept and the idea and the visualization of it and stuff. So now all they need to do is take that, run with it, and, well, realize it. Because it's an awesome thing to do, and it would, earn them copious amounts of profit. Like, there's all the reason to do it, basically, and none of the reason to not do it. Yeah, there might be hurdles that mess with their ability to do it, like obviously licensing and stuff like that, but once they get over those hurdles to the other side, everybody wins. Us as the player base, them as the game developer, and then any other game developer that they partner with and stuff for the collaboration. Because that partner has, let their own character be put in a form, like into Overwatch, so that they didn't function as an Overwatch character, So if it's a game that has, like I said earlier, that golden formula that can make you think about basically any character from any video game ever, how would that character function as an Overwatch character? If you made them sort of speak the Overwatch language and do the Overwatch dance, as it were, what would it be like? Just the same for Smash, So those are the two games with that, and I'm thinking we're so close to the Holy Trinity. There's only one type of the three main types of video game. There's only one left that still doesn't have a game like that, and it's racing. There needs to be a racing game like that, but I'm not quite sure how they would go about making it. So I think I might just leave that one there for now, as long as I remember to discuss that stuff at the beginning of the stream. It can be used for reference, if nothing else. Right, I think the game can actually be started now, because the copying process is finished. Let's see. Gotta install it first, I think, Hang on a sec. Yeah. out before I forget. Spooky. I've already got one of those, and I really do like the Atlantic Tracer skin. But I just don't think I have the tokens for it anyway. The polar skins are really just not my style. Yeah, I don't really care for white and orange. Especially orange. It's my least favorite color. Like, get that out. Yeah, I've been seeing a certain someone, I think, use that Anna skin. Yeah, a certain streamer. It's very well known for playing Anna, actually. And they got the Midnight Sun mythic weapon skin. And yeah, they've been having a lot of fun with the weapon flourish. Maybe a little too much fun, but hilarious to watch nonetheless. Oh my fucking god! This is the first time we're seeing this, and that's one of the best highlight intros in the game. Wait a minute, she's like a soldier. I would have thought her traveling emote would be called March. Or something of that ilk, anyway. Guess not. Something about meditation. It just feels like, at least in my opinion anyway, it feels like an in-between. But I'm just wondering, why does anybody make any time for doing something like that? Or like, you're either asleep or you're awake. Like, pick one. not quite got Polar Lucio yet, but we're getting there. That is definitely one of the better name cards, but that's, yeah, again, this is subjectively speaking, because, you know, I personally love the whole, like the appearance of like a cityscape at night. Gives me those radical highway vibes, you know? This is the ultimate power. Oh, just... yeah. Because there's just been an update. Ugh. All the replays will have been scrapped, won't they? Ugh. Okay. That's annoying. Could have at least one to show you guys if it weren't for that. And something to do or something to watch as like a warm-up, because that's what I'm used to doing, you know, like getting myself into Overwatch mode by watching at least one of the replays of a match that ended in victory from a previous session of me playing this game, yeah. Yeah, the anniversary thing's going on, so while it is, then yeah, you got these things. I'm waiting for week 3 though, because I'm pretty sure that's the week that features Mischief and Magic, which is basically prop hunt. Yeah, and I love that mode. Yeah, I find it fun as hell, so I'm just waiting for that. But yeah, as soon as that's in there, yeah, I will definitely play it at least once on stream. Yeah, just yeah, because like last time it was available to play it, and yeah, I did it on stream because I felt like it'd be a waste if I didn't, because you know, content. Ugh. Check out the challenges first, see what I gotta do. So, yeah, first and third of those in the list are, yeah, basically already done. That one's entirely luck based in them two. It depends on the character. Like if it keeps putting me as bean characters, like Zarya or Sim or Mei, then yeah, I'm not really going to contribute anything towards that one. But this one, however, yeah, that one's more consistent. Yeah, like that will just rack up over time, so it can take longer to complete, but yeah, it's more of a guaranteed thing. Yeah, but that's like, yeah, the character dependent as to its speed. But that one, not so much. That's basically just gonna go for a fixed rate, and yeah, could take longer to complete than that one, or could be completed sooner. Who knows? a bit confused by that. Vent. Yeah, it was obvious to me. I saw it from a mile away as to what that player icon was going to be called. Yeah, I was like, if it's not called Junoversary, I'm genuinely going to be very surprised. And then I check it, and it's it's called Junoversary, and I'm like, yeah. It'd just be strange if it wasn't. So what else have we got? An adventure, and where's the other one? Oh, it must have been in week 1 then. Shit. But if you were wondering, I think it was called Mal Gold. Yeah, so it's basically Malgus, like anniversary icon. That one's Ventures and that one's Juno's. Now, because I'm playing this so late in the day, and yeah, this could be a pain in the arse, but it always manages to be anyway, I think, regardless of the conditions or the situation or whatever, so.
Now traveling to Busan.
What's going on?
Victory.
Okay, well that was a bit.
Play of the game.
Well, that's the easiest 4,645 XP I've ever got. I don't think it's... Yeah. I thought as much. Yeah. It's not even going to let me give endorsements to my teammates. Why did someone dip out? Like, just as they were about to win, though? What the fuck are they doing? Prior to Riku, and it's still taking an excess of a minute. I guess that priority Riku thing is meaningless then.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
The name's Cursor.
Hell yeah!
Bad guys, heads up. Okay, thanks.
Don't have to stand in the damage, you know.
Payload team.
Administered.
Tango spotted. Payload en route. Stop it. The enemy desires a battle.
The fuck? Why were they there? Woo!
I'm on fire.
Positioning underway.
Being fortified.
I am grateful.
I am unbreakable.
Free to engage.
Damn it. I've got you in my sights. on your pride.
أنا ما حدش يقدر عليا.
Over here.
Smithy.
60 seconds remaining.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Hey, it's Keiko.
Got eyes on an enemy.
I'm taking
Instantly just presses L1. See what I mean?
30 seconds
Payload's
remaining.
not going anywhere. Man on a mission. Stay out of my way.
10 seconds remaining.
Aim where they're going, not where they are.
Rather pay attention to me than to his actual job.
Play of the game.
Whoa, that's definitely one of Anna's best skins. Guess he got too leery. Yes, there it is. Polar Lucio. I don't know what Farah did with the barrage, but it did get used at least once, so you know whoever that player was, they were putting the work in. Well, at least some work. That's better than no work at all, so. It's a safe bet that if they never ult, they're putting no work in. When the facts aren't explicitly given to you, all you can do is use evidence.
It's all.
Thought they were dead, but I guess not.
I'll find them.
I'm on fire.
Capturing the point.
Brigitte at your service.
You can't hide.
Neutralizing projectile. Right there. Look.
Yeah.
With discipline comes focus. You can't fight.
Next flashpoint.
Hostile spotted. Dodge this.
Flashpoint unlocked in 10 seconds. Flashpoint
They
unlocked.
must not take the objective.
Enemy over there.
You can't hide.
Enemy turret ahead.
Willpower burns within me. I'm claiming the objective.
No one is ever going to kill that sojourn, are they?
I'm on my...
Enemy here.
Before they kill me.
This will cut the pain.
Only in
I am taking the point.
Like, you don't have to let them kill me first, you know, before you kill them.
Hyper ring out.
Return of the Gyat!
Efficient design at work.
I'll find them.
Orisa is here.
It's go time.
Submission is the key.
ruins. Next flashpoint. Temple.
Hmm? Hmm.
Winston reporting.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
The barrier cannot withstand much more. Reforming.
I need healing. Can I get some healing?
Temple secured.
Enemy here.
Next, flashpoint. Guarded.
Forgiveness is earned. Breaking them down. Enemy spotted.
The enemy's got a turret. Keep a lookout.
Keep a lookout.
Barrier initialized.
Over there. We don't need to heal.
The fuck is he doing? It's like he's trying to die.
I'm on my game now.
It's go time.
What is that melody?
Victory. Play of the game.
Das Universum singt für mich.
Pure class. Now, I did want to ult, but I'm like, only if it's absolutely necessary. I was very close to doing it when I was killing back, but I thought, nah, I thought he was going to use the Lem, but he must not have had it. I was like, I'll bait it out of him, and then once it's gone, then I'll blast him with the ult. Yeah, or at least wait for Anna to use the sleep dart. Yeah, she used it to ruin Sigma's ult though, so I'm like, oh, you've done that. That means you can't use it to ruin mine. So I just blast her in the face with it, yeah.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Stay close to me and I'll keep you safe.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round one. Capture the objective.
Hey. Under my protection.
Hostiles are taking the objective. Venture here.
Let me balance you out.
At your side. They have superior numbers.
What's up?
عامل ايه؟ ازيك؟ لا.
Restoring balance. Large targets are such guilty pleasures. I'm here.
Sombra online.
Like a gentle rain.
We're also be careful. Orisa is here.
I'm with you. Feels like selling, huh?
I appreciate it.
Vide mal suyo!
Fucking hell, Anna just runs straight into the damage.
Best round.
Teammates are as desperate to die as my enemies are to live. Yeah,
Score.
I said at the beginning of the stream, opposite programming. There are never any exceptions.
So, don't take it personally when I get the most kills, okay?
We should begin.
5, 4, 3, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
The fight has only just begun.
any more servers want to go down into much of that disappointing bullshit lately. I think it's just maintenance. Oh, this is boring the crap out of me, so I might find something else. Can do for the rest of the stream. Just to continue to be entertaining, basically, yeah, just for you guys to see. As this is messing with my ability to serve such entertainment, and I don't like that. So, bear with me. Thought let me in this time, but you know that disconnection is going to happen again. There's no way in hell it's not going to happen again. It's guaranteed to, but just, you know, until it does. I'm going to keep going with the matches. You know what? Actually, no. I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'll let that Moira match. Yeah, all right, where I was, you know, Moira for most of it, I think, yeah. That was the last match. for this sesh that I've played to completion. And it's kind of late anyway, yeah, it's like midnight as of this being live. So, yeah, it was a good one. I had some matches, at least anyway, yeah, it just means I'm gonna have to play a fair few more next time. The next time being off stream. Yeah. Yeah, just a fair few more than I normally would. But yeah, it's my own stupid fault for letting it be this late. Yeah, there are some things that were out of my control, but there are also others that were within my control. So yeah, there's always going to be late, but it didn't have to be quite so late. So yeah, that's still at least partially my fault. So I'll take full, well, of the part that is my fault anyway. Yeah, I'll take full accountability. So yeah, call it at that. We'll do the ending things that I normally do anyway before I end the stream itself. Yeah, we'll do the last few things that I do in Overwatch streams, which is I think just, yeah, check out what I got on the Battle Pass and take a look at the highlights.
Willpower burns within me. I'm claiming the objective.
just choosing to commit to killing. Yeah, just that alone made him actually commit to being killed. That's how this game works. This non-committal bullshit. Yeah, people can just, you know, turn on a dial and suddenly they decide they don't want to do the thing anymore that they've been doing up until that point. Yeah, just switch actions. You know they're gonna do that, so basically you just wait for them to do something that's, you know, well, it's an action that's got a bit more weight behind it. So it's more committal, basically. So, yeah, more weight means not as easy to uncommit from doing it and then, yeah, punish them for it. For that, you know, uncommitting is even possible. Yeah. I still kind of miss when, you know, glory days. When, you know, enemies weren't as two-faced. And my teammates, I think at least slightly more often, were less hell-bent on dying, and in some cases more hell-bent on keeping me alive. Yeah, I remember specifically one match before Overwatch 2's life started. Yeah, one match on Volskaya, where I had a teammate, Brig, that was very, very determined to make sure I didn't die. And it's almost bringing me to tears just remembering it, actually. Yeah, it was so wholesome and so, yeah. Not least because she was subjecting me to the treatment that I subject everything to in real life. I determinedly protected all. And yeah, that's the favour she was doing for me in that match. For its entirety. It had already reached the point where it was basically, well, as often, if not less often than once in a blue moon, that I would get even one teammate like that. But it's just knowing that it's even able to happen, it warms my heart. Okay, so I know it was kind of on the shorter side. It would have been longer if it weren't for things like the bullshit disconnects, or even just, you know, my, I'm trying to think of the right word, trepidation about that happening. Yeah. I would rather the stream have been longer, but yeah, this is just one of those ones. And I think that the general discussion section of it that I put at the beginning, I think that was just considerably more important anyway this time than the entertainment section that is just me playing the game. But yeah, the main two matches were basically just being the first and the last. And yeah, the first had one before it that didn't really count because it was, you know, extreme backfill. And yeah, the last one. Yeah, the complete matches. Yeah, that had one after it, but that didn't get finished off because of the disconnect. So yeah, apologies for the inconvenience. I know I shouldn't really be the one saying that because, you know, I didn't cause it, but yeah, it's like you guys still were made to wait and whatever else, and so yeah, sorry about that. We know the game devs can step it up. We just need to give them, you know, a push. Show them what the right direction to go in is, because they might even have, you know, enough glory that they genuinely want to go in the right direction, but they don't know what it is until someone like me comes along and makes them aware of what it is, and then we gotta give them motivation to go in that direction, like the everybody wins direction. You know, remember, many hands make light work, so if all of us team up and work together to give them that push, then yeah, they might actually end up doing things that are universally celebrated. Yeah, just remember, be like a ghost at them. Be leery enough. And they will exhibit the desired reaction. And on that note, I think I'm gonna end. Thanks for watching. Take care, dudes.